how I, as your chemistry teacher, prepare a solution that you guys use in the lab, the thought process and the actual do part in the lab, what I do, and also what you are expected to do in our upcoming lab on Kool-Aid. So here we go. So when I'm thinking about what do I need for my students in this lab, I figure out the total amount of solution that I need and the required concentration. So when I know, hey, all of my students collectively, I'll need 250 milliliters of solution, and it needs to be a 1.5 molar solution for the experiment to work. I use these ideas so I can figure out what I need to do to actually prep it. So the first part in the prepping is to actually do the math. I do the math to calculate the mass of the solute. So step one is I'm going to calculate the mass of the solute. So I know that I need 250 milliliters, but the volumes must be in liters. So I have 250, and I take out the M and I replace it with, its milli means 10 to the minus 3, so I replace it with its power of 10, and I still have the unit of liters. So I have changed 250 milliliters into liters, and now I convert from my liters into moles. So my molarity is 1.5 molar, so it's 1.5 moles of my solute in every 1 liter, but I can't weigh out in moles. So now I need to convert it to mass. And so what I need to know here is this would be my GFM of the solute. Well, the solute is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, we know the chemical formula is NaCl. 1 sodium, it contributes around 23.0 plus the mass provided by the chlorine, which is 35.5. So 1 mole of sodium chloride is 58.5 grams. So now I have all of my information where I can change the liters to grams. So when I put this into the calculator, so 250 times 10 to the minus 3 times 1.5 times 58.5 divided by 1 divided by 1. This means that in this lab I need so my calculator reads out 21.9375 is my calculator answer, but I only have 2 sig figs. So I need 22 grams of NaCl. So step 1 is done. I have calculated this mass. Okay? Step 2 is now I'm going to actually make the solution. So step 2, no more calculator. So I get a graduated cylinder. Okay? So I carefully mass out 22 grams of NaCl. So I add 22 grams of the NaCl to my graduated cylinder. So when I add the solute, so that would be my step 1 in the prep. So this is my prep. Step 2, now I am going to add H2O, my solvent, to the solute. So I have here's my NaCl, right? It's all that little white crystals down there. And in here, I am pouring in H2O. Now I'm creating a mixture because in here I have my solute and I'm adding my solvent. And I'm going to add the H2O to this until we reach this combined volume. So you add the H2O to the solute until I reach the total solution volume of 250 milliliters. So I'm going to add water until the solute and the water up here are 250. So the big idea here is that a solution mass or volume is equal to the volume of the water plus the space or volume occupied by my solute. Those two things combined make the whole solution. So the 250, this is the volume of the whole solution, not the volume of the water, not the volume of the solute.